One morning, Thomas the Tank Engine was making his way to Knapford with a commuter service from his branch line. As he approached the big station, he noticed James sitting in the nearby sidings and looking very cross. Once the passengers had all disembarked, Thomas shunted over to the siding to see what James was up to. "What's up, James?" "Well, the sky, of course." "In all seriousness, I've got this blasted tanker train to take to Crosby. They need the tar wagons for a road works project in town, but the Fat Controller's got some nerve, you know, given my history with tar tankers." To be fair to the Penguin Man, there aren't many engines available at the moment. And it could be worse. At least you're not having to put up with Bill and Bean's shenanigans down at Brendam. "You make a fair point, Thomas. It's a good thing those little demons generally stay out of our way. But now that I think about it, I wonder if we'll ever see them around this part of Sodor. That makes two of us. And if you don't mind me asking, what else are you up to today?" "Well, there's a cricket team from New Zealand that I need to take up to the sports field Holt for a match against Ellsbridge, but that's not for a fair while yet." Interesting. Although I'm not really one for cricket myself. I heard the players like to chase after trains in a clapped-out old car. That's only in exceptional circumstances, mind. Today's teams are nothing like the one Stepney encountered in 1963. In any case, I must be on my way. And with that, Thomas and James whistled goodbye to each other. And the NWR's number 5 soon set off on his journey to Crosby. Soon after James's departure, Thomas left his coaches in the yard and went off to Tidmouth Sheds for a sleep. Later that morning, Thomas was in the middle of his rest when Gordon showed up, having just come back from Barrow-in-Furness with the express. He went for a spin on the turntable before going back out on another run. "Good morning, Thomas. How are things going on the Farquhar branch?" "Oh, they're fine, thank you." "Well, that's good to hear." "Is something the matter, Gordon?" "Well, when I was arriving at Knapford, I noticed that someone's only gone and sprayed graffiti on your coaches. I shan't repeat what was written on Clarabelle's undercarriage. It's really not decent." "I beg your fucking pardon?" "I wouldn't bullshit you about something like this." "Oh, botheration. That means I won't be able to run my charter this afternoon, and the cricket players will have to go by bus." "If it's any consolation, I just noticed Diesel bring in some old Stroudley coaches. Perhaps you could use those instead." "Oh no. This is just like that difficult bend saga back in Season 8. I'm sure it won't be that bad. Surely you haven't got any sharp curves on your line." "Not on the main section to Farquhar, no." "There you are. My point exactly. But it's a different story on the Quarry Tram Road, to the point where there's no way you would be able to get up there with your long wheelbase." "Even if I did say fuck it and go up there anyway, at least I wouldn't have to deal with those two saddle tanks threatening to dump me in the sea again. So I would take that as a consolation if I were you. Anyway, I'm due to head out again soon, so I'll leave you to relax in peace." "Thank you, Thomas, and good luck with the alternative coaches." And with that, the NWR's number 1 set off to fetch his train, while Diesel took Annie and Clarabelle to Crovan's Gate for a much-needed repaint. Thomas soon arrived at Knapford Station, and coupled up to the Stroudley coaches, which Diesel had left on platform 3. The cricket players were initially puzzled by the choice of coaching stock, thinking they would be getting something more modern instead, but they soon felt better upon seeing that they would at least be hauled by a famous locomotive. The NWR's number 1 was still a bit worried over the possibility of something going wrong with these coaches, but luckily for him, it all went smoothly. Later that afternoon, he brought the New Zealand cricket players back to Knapford after they won their game against Elsbridge. Later that night, Thomas and Gordon were back at the sheds going over the day's events following that morning's conversation. As they chatted away, a familiar red locomotive turned up. "Evening, lads." "Hey up, James. I don't suppose you've had any mishaps with the tar wagons this time?" "No, nothing major, although they did try to take the piss out of me at one point. I so put those little bastards in their place." "Oh dear, I hope you didn't shove them off the end of a pier into Bulstrode." "No, I just got my driver to play the extended mix of Over My Head by Tony Basil when he got the chance, and that was enough to shut them up. I'd like to teach those trucks a lesson. They don't have to sound like uncultured swines." "I neither agree nor disagree with the suggestion that they're uncultured swines. In any case, how was the cricket?" "Oh, it was a right laugh. You should have seen the look on the Elsbridge batsman's face when he got a royal duck." "What? Since when was our resident pannier tank a member of the royal family?" "Silly Gordon. A royal duck is when the batsman gets out on the first ball of the innings." "Since when did you know anything about cricket?" "Since this morning, when the players explained it to me on the way to the field. In other news, the police managed to deal with those mongrels who spoiled Annie and Clarabelle's paint." "I see. Hopefully they didn't resort to using truncheons." "With all due respect, chaps, I would like to get some sleep before too long. After all, there's another busy day ahead of us tomorrow." "As you wish, Gordon." And with that, Thomas, Gordon and James all proceeded to turn in for the night. The lads were looking forward to working again the next day, but at the same time, they were hoping that more engines would come along to lighten the workload on the Isle of Sodor.